The city of Claremont has many fine restaurants to choose from, one of the newest and best being 50/50 Asian Fusion Cuisine. This beautiful and serene themed restaurant features an exciting array of Thai and Asian influenced dishes created by owner Joyce Patra, whose own mixed Asian heritage and culinary creativity helps create a most unique and delicious menu that diners have been raving about.
Claremont is a destination type town for dining, but the locals are also here too. Many of my friends eat here. Joyce knows me when I walk in the door that I'm gonna have the red curry. And my wife has tried almost everything else on the menu because she likes to experiment. And she tells me how wonderful they all are.
Well, Amanda, I don't know about you, but I'm ravished. We're here in Claremont and I'm starving to death. Let's eat some great food. Let's start with the Ming's Wings. This is $10. This is 4 meaty fried chicken wings with a rum-infused sweet and spicy glaze is walked with it. Absolutely delicious. Crispy on the exterior, moist inside. I love the glaze. It's almost like a teriyaki, and it had a late kick to it. So you're wondering where's the heat to it, and all of a sudden it hit you.
Oh, and then you get that spicy kick like right a second later.
But it
delicious.
really made this
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
Okay, next was the mini puffs. This is $7. Wow. This is 6 small ground beef curry empanadas with potatoes, caramelized onion, had a sweet and tangy cucumbers on the side. This was wonderful. I know you scarfed them up. You really liked it.
I love it was parade all everything. It was like a comfort food. It reminded me of like a pot pie for home. Mm-hmm. Such a comfort savory food.
And it's so different. With the ground beef, I was expecting big chunks of it. It wasn't. It was like
no, you
pureed.
couldn't even tell that it was just in there. It was just flavorful.
So
I loved it.
It was good. Next came a wonderful salad. It was a spicy salmon sashimi salad. $15. This is large strips of salmon. It was marinated, had mixed greens, grape tomatoes, and a delicious ginger ponzu dressing. Fresh salmon is wonderful, and I'm not sure what they marinated in, but it was silky smooth, had a nice flavor to it, and again, that spicy kick, which you didn't expect, and all of a sudden, yaha.
Okay, I'm not such a big fan of salmon, but was this delicious? Totally changed my mind on salmon. So fresh and just that spiciness to it.
Well, you know, the key is freshness, because fresh salmon, it shouldn't have much of a bad flavor, and with any fish, but especially salmon.
Oh yeah.
And this is just done perfectly.
It definitely widened my horizon. I just wish there was a little bit more crunch on the plate.
You know, that's the only thing. It doesn't need either wontons or jicama or something.
Or even fried noodle, anything, just
a little crunch to it.
It was
yeah.
delicious.
It was good.
Great flavor.
Here we have Joyce's special beef and vegetable stew. This is $15. This is slowly cooked chunks of beef with red wine, herbs, and it came with bok choy with a rich gravy. And what I love more than anything with the rice, it's a firm, dry rice, absolutely delicious. Now this is more like a beef stew, like it said, but there wasn't much of an Asian influence. I think the bok choy was it. I tasted all kinds of stuff. I thought it was Chinese mustard in it. I thought it had a little kick to it, but it was the bok choy that gave that flavor. But nonetheless, it was a good beef stew.
You know, great texture to the vegetables. It wasn't just mushy. When you took it into a carrot, it was soft, and then you got a little bit of crunch in the middle. Great texture to everything, and the meat just fell apart.
Good. And here we have the honey pork loin, $15. This is 2 large slices of pork loin. It was rubbed and cooked with a garlic pepper, honey, and sweet soy sauce. It was served with a bed of assorted vegetables like carrots, cabbage, green peas, green beans, broccoli, and a delicious rice. It was like a 2-tone rice. It was nutty. It was brown rice, red rice, all kinds of great stuff in it, but nutty and just delicious. Now, the pork loin was a little tough and chewy, but it was all about flavor.
So
and I didn't
sweet
mind.
And moist inside.
Yeah, and I didn't mind chewing it because you get all the sweetness from it, and the sauces are wonderful. Everything here is her own creations, and that's what's so nice about this restaurant.
I love how the vegetables were an al dente. Goes perfect with the dish, with the flavors.
Next was like the mother of all dishes. This was a braised beef short ribs, $18. It's a steal. It's a huge portion of boneless beef short ribs. It's braised with a mirin, shiitake, mushrooms, and vegetables. Absolutely delicious sauce. It's sweet, it's tangy, the meat just fell apart. If this was in LA or Hollywood, this would be at least a $30 dish.
I was going to say like at least $30.
Yeah, the fufu dish now is short ribs. And that's usually the center of the plate. This thing just fell apart. but the portion was just gigantic.
Amazing. Out there in LA, you're like, am I on a diet? Give me some more of that juicy meat here.
Yeah, no, this is really, really good. So, another great dish was a seared garlic pepper lamb, $20. Here you got 2 thick lamb chops with a great brown rice mixture, veggies. Now, I love lamb, and this was absolutely fantastic. I did have a problem with I wanted more. It only had 2, and I'm comparing it to other dishes that the portions were much bigger. So I would suggest getting a 3rd lamb chop, and I think she's going to do that.
But they were so sweet. The garlic was very mild. It didn't take over the plate, and you just got a hint of that.
And the sauce is made with brown sugar, rosemary, pepper, black pepper, honey, soy, and garlic. So it had all the right ingredients, different layers of flavors, and if you like lamb, this is the dish you got to get.
And that yummy al dente vegetables.
You and your veggies.
I do.
You like veggies, okay. Another great dish was called the 50-50 Duel. This is $20. Oh my, that's pretty much sums it up. 5 succulent shrimp on top of a large salmon fillet, drenched in a delicious, absolutely fantastic basil lobster cream sauce with brandy on top of, with bok choy on top. Oh, bok choy on the bottom, I should say, soaking up the. See, I get so excited about this dish, but everything just worked together well. And it's more. This was more French style.
Yes.
But when you add the Asian and the bok choy, it really worked well together, and that's what makes this restaurant so good. Is the fusion of East meets West, West meets East,
and
it's just
all
everything
her.
works.
It's all her. She puts her little bit of in
and
everything.
She's a perfectionist. That's one thing about her, and she'll work with you on anything you want here. So I would get more sauces on all these dishes. So
definitely.
You're gonna love this place. And the last entree we had was a 50-50 clay potted rice, $14. Oh, gigantic pot filled with, it's almost like a fried rice with chicken, shrimp, chunks of pineapple, raisins, big, crunchy, sweet cashews. You mix it all together. Every bite, you get a wonderful little surprise of the crunchiness of the nuts, the sweetness of the raisin, the tanginess of the pineapple.
The shrimp were so juicy and succulent. I was like.
Now, you said you thought this was a little mild for you?
Yes, the chicken, well, I would have a little bit more seasoned for the chicken, but I would have added all shrimp. I was all over the shrimp, yeah.
I just thought for fried rice, it just is a great dish to savor amongst each other. Share it. Even though all their rice dishes are really good, but this by itself is a meal in itself. But it's too much rice for one person to eat, so this is definitely a dish you want to share.
Yes.
Now the next dish, you don't want to share. You want it all for yourself. But I
wanted it all for myself.
But I'm a giver, so I fed you. This was a coconut bread pudding, $7. This is a thick bread pudding made here, right on the premises, with a wonderful cream coconut sauce, vanilla ice cream. And the combination of it, you just kind of dig into the pudding, with a little ice cream in it. And
it might have looked heavy, but once I put that in my mouth, it just took a party in my mouth. It just
really
so
was.
creamy, so light.
And it was really
very light.
And it was a perfect ending, I thought, to a really marvelous meal.
A great portion.
So, now I had 3 favorite choices. What about yours first?
Well, I do love the mini puffs because I love that going to a restaurant and feeling like you're at home.
Do you like curry?
I do like curry.
Okay, so that.
Yes, I love the Indian influence to food. Love it. Love my curry. Love my garlic.
Okay.
And then let's see here. I also love the braised beef short ribs. Those were amazing. Just totally fell apart, and that was a big enough portion for me. Like me, I'm not someone that orders just a salad.
You can eat that whole thing?
Oh yeah, and then add dessert with every meal.
And the third one?
The third one, I would have to say, would be the 50-50 duo with the crab sauce. And I love the salmon. Yeah, the lobster sauce with the salmon. Like I said, I haven't been a big fan of salmon, but coming here, I love the salmon.
Yeah, they do
delicious,
really well.
And the shrimp, great shrimp. Every dish, great shrimp.
I pretty much agreed on this. I think you probably copied my notes, but I had the short ribs. I based it upon the tenderness of the meat and the delicious braising sauce. It really got into the meat, and you just wanted to make love with it. It was just so good. The second one was the seared garlic pepper lamb chops. Now, I wish there was another, lamb chop or 10 more. I love lamb, so what can I say? I can never get enough lamb. It was an excellent dish. But I think my all-time favorite was the 50-50 duels, and that was with the creamy basil lobster sauce, the salmon, the shrimp. Everything just worked so well. And the bok choy was just a real hidden surprise. It had that crunch to it, and I actually felt like I was eating something healthy. It was green underneath there.